Hey guys, I apologize for not posting this sooner. I just wanted to show you how to get started with filling in this unit circle so that you're able to get it done because I know we didn't have time to talk about the instructions in class. So I'm going to start you with Quadrant One and we'll just go over what all these different blanks mean basically. We'll fill in Quadrant One and then you guys should be able to take it from there. So I'll start with the fact that we have three special right triangles, right? Well, we have two. We have the 30, 60, 90 and your 45, 45, 90. When I said three, what I mean is we can draw three different triangles in our quadrant using those two triangles, right? We have this triangle here, and I'll just highlight that for you. That is this one, right? So that would be a 30, 60, 90 triangle, with this being your 30-degree angle, right? We could also draw this triangle here, and that would be a 45, 45, 90 triangle, with that being a 45-degree angle right here. That's 45. But we could use our same 30, 60, 90 triangle, and we've done this, to draw a third triangle where the reference angle is just 60 degrees this time instead of 30 degrees. So I misspoke. We don't have three triangles, but we can use the two we have to draw three triangles right in here. So all you're doing is you're visualizing these triangles and you're saying, well, I could put them in quadrant one looking like this. Here's my first one, here's my second one, here's my third one. I could do it again over in quadrant two, triangle here, triangle here, triangle here. And then you're going to fill in the information that goes along with that. So for example, with this 30, 60, 90 triangle, the first one that we drew, the one in red, the reference angle is a 30-degree angle. So right here on this line, it's asking, what is the measure of that reference angle in degrees? Okay, so that's the reference angle. And then this other blank right here is you taking that reference angle and putting it into radians. So we know from our lesson that 30 degrees is the same as pi over 6. So that's the measure of the angle in radians. Then we can go do the same thing over here with our 45, 45, 90 triangle. We can say that the reference angle is 45 degrees, which in radians is pi over 4. And moving on to the green triangle, that reference angle is 60 degrees, which leaves us with pi over 3 in radians. And we're going to go right around and just keep doing this. One thing that I want to point out is that if this is 30, 45, 60, 90, that is not going to be a 60-degree angle because its reference angle is 60 degrees here. It's 120 degrees because that's the angle in standard position. So 120 degrees, you have to figure out what that is in radians. And then you're just going to keep going around the circle to there, to there, to there, and so forth. Just keep going around. Now let's deal with the coordinates around the edges. Since we're in the unit circle, we know this point, we know this point, and we know the other 2 points that lay right on the vertices, right? So I know that this is the point 1, 0 because we're in the unit circle. I know that this is the point 0, 1 because we're in the unit circle. But how can I determine what these points are? Well, all a point is an x-coordinate and a y-coordinate. And we know how to determine what the x value is of this triangle, right? This point here is some distance over in the x direction and some distance up in the y direction. So we got to figure out what is this distance in the x direction. What is that length there? We know how to do that because it's a 30, 60, 90 triangle. So if that's 30 degrees, then that means that side has a length of 1/2. This is a 60-degree angle, so our x value is going to be radical 3 over 2. That's that special right triangle, right? That's our 30, 60, 90. We know how to label those sides. We know that since the hypotenuse is a 1, those are the lengths of the other two sides. So this right here is the point radical 3 over 2, 1/2. And in the same way, we can label the blue triangle, right? Our 45, 45, 90. We know that its side lengths are radical 2 over 2, and the same with this one, radical 2 over 2, because the hypotenuse has a length of 1. So that means this is the point radical 2 over 2, radical 2 over 2. And finally, the green triangle. We know that that length, because this is a 30-degree angle, now that length is 1/2, and the height of this point is going to be your radical 3 over 2. So therefore, this is the point 1/2 radical 3 over 2. And you'll keep moving around the triangle, labeling the points, labeling the angles in degrees, and labeling the angles in radians. Fill in that whole circle, okay? I apologize again for not sending these instructions out sooner, but you guys should be able to handle this. So good luck, and I will see you guys tomorrow.